welcome to Battery Beatdown Live! Now I do have to admit I'm a little bit nervous, I haven't done anything like this before, so anything could happen and...
Friends! Romans, English people, I come not to praise Brad Jones, but to bury him.
Are you with the calm? Are you doing something?
That's not Brad Jones, it's Film Brain!
Oh my god, Jenny Whittaker just killed Film Brain! Oh well, that's gonna create a continuity later on. Oh well. I think I'll review Cheap, it's what Brad would have wanted.
I don't even know how to love you.
Cheap was made in 2005, so it's from when the Cinema Snob was about -2 years old. It was written, directed and starring Brad Jones. You'll recognise many of the stars from his reviews, midnight screenings, and that video they accidentally uploaded them all getting high and taking turns fucking an antelope. Okay, I might have made one of those up. Cinema Snob's evil twin does the reviews. This is essentially an unofficial remake of Last House on Dead End Street. In honour of that, I've decided this is an unofficial remake of my Last House on Dead End Street review. And just like Cheap, this review won't have the same visuals, dialogue, or cutting darkness of the original. Right from the start, it looks like the gremlins got high off whatever the fuck is happening at the bottom of the shot.
Shit. Attention alert!
Actually, let me read this. We could not find any such thing as a snuff movie. A movie, maybe you shouldn't begin by telling us that the shit that happens in the movie doesn't actually happen. That would be like starting a Star Wars film with a crawl explaining how aliens, spaceships, and the Force don't really exist, so you shouldn't waste your time and instead go and watch American Graffiti. You know, hear the director of that's really going places. You know what else is anonymous? Cheap is the greatest film ever made. Then we're with Dr. Claw watching a particularly controversial episode of the Black and White Minstrel Show. The shot goes on precisely long enough for it to stop being funny. That takes a little over 2 minutes.
Yes, it is.
We then cut to evidence that Brad Jones's audition requirements are slightly less hardcore than most movies.
You want anal? I'll give you anal. I'll do dogs. I'll do goats. I'll do rape. I'll do gangbang.
She would do anything for love, and she would do that. It's not often a film rivals zombie genocide, schizophreniac, and hookers in revolt when it comes to shit camera, but somehow mighty camera parts in this review have managed it.
Take a bow, terrible camera guy. That's not a bow!
You fucking bitch.
Max Force here is playing a porn producer called Max Force. Well, isn't that fortunate? He doesn't have to waste energy remembering a character name. Anyway, he's pissed off that that performer's become a junkie.
And I don't film junkies. Well, obvious ones at least. But coming in my office and having your arm more fuckable than your twat, well, that's a completely different story.
I'm calling it now. That character has a really small dick. It's hard to get the point across in review form, but so far this film has 2 main elements. 50s music and Max Force never shutting the fuck up. He's the verbal equivalent of a guy who loves the smell of his own farts. So after some business negotiations between his dick and her ass against a door, he signs her up and sends her off to work on a freaky BDSM thing that'll probably involve masks and murder.
Thank you.
No, it is due next week.
Wow, no monologue from Max, it's during the day and no 50s music on the soundtrack? Is this even the same movie? And holy fuck!
The fetus is wearing Brad Jones's body!
It's like Bo Selecta, but somehow less terrifying.
I'm Jack.
And Gina.
Yeah, well, I am both Jack and Gina's total lack of interest in this scene. Hey Jack, don't I know you from the internet? Do you present Brows Held High? Oh, I am so gonna murder you.
You see, in any legit, big budget porno that you see these days, the thing that drives them is money.
Oh, fuck, pretentious porn producer is pretentious. And typical, we spend a whole scene escaping him, then they suck us back in with the evil powers of interview.
This isn't art. It's Saturday Night Live with fucking.
Sounds like to boldly flee.
And how do you stay above these corporations in terms of art?
I think this means they used up all their legitimate reasons for having a monologue in his first scene.
I produce every kind of amateur pornography under the sun.
You pay people, therefore it's not amateur.
My point is, these aren't porn stars, these are fucking actresses. And with my amateur company, it's my duty to employ actresses.
The longer this interview goes on, the less he's going to understand about the word amateur. By the end, he'll think it's a type of squirrel. Anyway, his films seem to concentrate on anal.
How does it feel to be the #2 internet amateur porn producer in the state's current market?
Just waiting for everyone to get that.
In yet another scene with Max Force, we get a dramatization of a conversation between Rob and Doug Walker before the launch of That Guy with the Glasses.
You're just a fetish peddler. You're never gonna make it legit.
Then why the fuck am I the #2 amateur internet producer around?
I'm really not sure why Rob was dressed as a woman and pretending to be pregnant, though. Holy shit, between the loss of focus and the staggering about, I think the camera stole most of his gin. And you know what? If we get another Max Force scene in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna start a fucking online petition to rename this Max Force Isn't Expensive.
Hey look! It happened!
Maybe when we hit 20 signatures, the man, being Brad, will sit up and take notice. Oh, fuck, we just walked in and Brad's porno remake of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. I would have cast Brad as Jesus rather than the Virgin Mary, but that genius is why he's the micro-budget filmmaker and I'm just...
talking to a nearly empty room.
You suck, Dirty Whittaker!
I want to make something that will cause discussion and controversy from now until the apocalypse.
You did. She's got big tits and it's called Jesus. Does anyone have any idea why half these people live next to practicing 1950s tribute bands?
You ever thought about acting in a movie, Tina?
Acting? In a movie like yours?
You have no idea what kind of film I'm making.
Don't fucking walk away from me, Anita! I am 17 years old, Mother!
Holy fuck, she was adopted as a 10-year-old and her parents convinced her she was a baby!
What is it you want? You want drugs? You want sex? You want to get knocked up and have to support something that will be 10 times worse than you are?
Because I'm fairly sure we can do at least 2 of those things together. Right now.
Oh my fucking gosh, Mom, I stayed out for one night!
Oh, you flipping cunt. That was a beautiful mix of swearing and self-censorship.
Wow, she looks like a Tommy Wiseau parody literally years before anyone else would get the joke. So the 17-year-old left home and is being signed up to work on Brad Jones's porn films. Even with all the eventual murder, she's still the second most controversial person called Anita to work in media.
I've got this idea.
It's called lighting. Unfortunately, it's too expensive, so I'm going to have to hold off on it for about 5 years. He explains his vision to her to do something groundbreaking and copy stuff that a gang of druggies did in the 70s.
I'm tired of all this lame-ass kinky shit, you know?
That's why I decided to work for the Ass Man. After all, vanilla is just another word for chocolate. Anyway, little by little, Brad set up his own modern-day Manson family. To make it truly authentic, he wrote a song for the Beach Boys, though they didn't record it, and murdered Spinny's family when he was off watching Fassbender's Macbeth.
Come on, Jack, just tell me what you want.
Alright, Manny, fine. I'll keep the bullshitting to a bare minimum, okay?
Said the writer of this line with a straight face.
No, you don't remember, Derek, and here is my proof. Now keep in mind this proof is going to my mental jail with only a 2-minute deliberation from the jury. I said I wanted passion. I wanted art. I wanted something unique that would make one say, hey, I've never stroked to this before.
This one of your new classics, Manny? Jesus, when the hell was this?
About 6 months ago.
How old was the kid?
Get your eyes checked, small child that resembles Brad Jones. That kid was you.
You better be careful who you show that to, Manny. Someone may attempt to own your ass with it.
Going to blackmail me, Jack?
No, look, I'd only do that if I thought you'd say no. Now, truth is, I got something for you to film that can actually be distributed legitimately.
Wow, this is like watching a very young accountant who stole Jack Nicholson's voice talk with Victor Salva's editor.
I got a couple friends of mine, okay? They're gonna star in some small movies of mine. These are revolutionary. Nothing like this has ever been done mainstream.
What is it, Jack?
It's called 80s Dan.
And now, to distract us from wondering how he managed to hire Andy Warhol's wig, he just starts reading his 4chan comments.
I've never been original before.
It's weird. 4chan usually likes Brad. Anyway, this guy's going to film and edit the eventual Terry Hawkins cover version.
You two are the stars of my fucking movie. You either make or break this thing, and from the looks of it, you're gonna make it better than it already is.
Is he talking through a fucking door? It's a thing from a summer place From a summer place, it's the same. From a summer.
So, do you trust me, Anita?
Is it just me, or is that music somehow getting louder? Anyway, drugs are given, the camera focus fucks up, and we're on to the next scene. And since it's an even-numbered scene, we don't get any intrusive music. But what we do get is this.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told her. You're my star.
You are my number one racist depiction of black people.
Life kind of slipped by you there, didn't it?
Fun story, this is how Brad really met Jake. So Brad's desperately trying to create bum fights, but the cameraman's really not into the idea.
I hired you for your camera, Manny, not your morals.
Hey, everyone has a limit, it just so happens that his involves adults. And uh-oh, Brad's having a stroke. That usually doesn't bode well for filmmaking, but in this case I don't think anyone will notice.
Action.
Mammy, Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I know where the sun shines best.
Now, you'd think this song would be in the public domain, I could spend as fucking long on it as the film spends on this killing scene, but nah! The jazz singer is still under copyright because Al Jolson wouldn't let a little thing like death stop him from picking up a check. Anyway, if you wanted to hear me complain about 1920s copyright, you'd be listening to my ongoing series, Copyright for Dead People is Bullshit. Or at least you would be if it wasn't pulled from YouTube, because Charlemagne said I stole the concept from him. So, back to the film. It looks like they're killing the Spoonie Bum via carefully choreographed foot caresses to his ass. Money! Hold the camera, money! Stop diddling kids, money!
Jesus Christ, Jake. We made a fucking snuff film.
No, we made a snuff film. The fucking happened after he was already dead. Back with Max Force, and he's yelling at Ryan Michelle for the directing in the Cinema Snob movie.
I said I wanted passion. I wanted art. I wanted something unique that would make one say, hey, I've never stroked to this before.
All the best producers get the complaints out 8 years early. It's just good time management.
I'll tell you what isn't cliched for lesbian porn. A man.
Surely that depends on what the man's doing in the film. For instance, you could have a man awkwardly vacuuming the room around the sex. And you're trying to make a genre of porn less cliche but make it indistinguishable from a much bigger genre of porn? That's like me trying to make my show more interesting by replacing myself with a fat gamer with a goatee wearing a t-shirt!
Which I think you'll agree would be a fucking stupid idea.
What? Well, then what makes it lesbian then?
It has the word lesbian in the title.
That's the kind of logic that leads to people demanding I review lesbian vampire killers. I'm not gonna do it. Unless you pay me. And you know, when someone screams about porn at an old jazz man for long enough, even I get uncomfortable.
I don't want regular fucking, no matter how loose it is.
For fuck's sake, Derek.
Can't you see that I'm in a fucking meeting?
A girl came by.
Girl? What fucking girl?
I clearly have so many!
I'll let you get back to drilling Derek's head. But let me tell you something, Max. You can't drill for something when there's nothing under the surface.
For once, I think I agree with you.
I love how the camera pans over just after the insult like it's hoping for a fight. When that doesn't happen, and he doesn't even react to the insult, Max just kicks him out.
Get the fuck out of my sight!
Brad sent his movie in to see if Force will sell it. You see, kids, that's called VHS. It's like DVD, but you can beat people to death with it. Very easily. And Force, for whatever reason, loves the fuck out of the film.
I have discovered the new wave of amateur hardcore pornography, and both of you need to see it.
A wave that doesn't actually have any pornography in it.
I wonder if he'd be as enthusiastic about anything that's not porn. Oh my god, Jack Stone's new movie Kindness Cotsy. It's gonna start a new wave of hardcore pornography. It's like tall, erect buildings. Fucking the sky.
Jack is a genius. He's single-handedly going to save this company.
Our company's not in any trouble.
A company that isn't on top is always in trouble.
Indeed, that's why Pepsi's fucked. KFC is planning suicide, and the DCCU is... Okay, you win there.
Why am I here, Max?
Good question. Pity the answer is shit.
You're a rip-off artist, Derek. I want you there making multitudes of carbon copies.
This is where I reveal that I sent a copy of this to a real porn producer just to see what would happen.
Just watch.
Okay, let's see what this mysterious tape of mystery holds. Seriously, who even uses VHS anymore?
You're mine, and we belong together.
Where are the fucking tits, man? What is with the fucking Beach Boys sounding motherfuckers? Is that fucking blackface? What the fuck is this shit? Who the fuck is that lady? The fuck is this shit? The piano? Why the hell aren't those broads talking? What does any of this fucking mean? Has everyone gone nuts? The fuck happened to that guy's head? I think we can still salvage this thing. We just need someone to fuck the hobo's head. I'd release it, but I would use a pseudonym.
Okay. Here's what needs to be done.
Well, first you need to confirm that it's not real. I mean, guys have ended up in court over fake snuff.
I'm going to buy this film, and I'm going to distribute it. Now, the ad campaign needs to read something like film footage that you've never seen before, anything like that. I don't really give a fuck. But it needs to be something to point out its originality.
Original? It's literally a remake of a movie inside another movie that's a remake of another movie! Still more original than Divergent.
Original? It's just violence with no plot.
And the passion already cornered that market.
Force is going to distribute the film and is so convinced that it'll be a hit that he's talking about the possibility of a whole new genre. Golden showers with real gold. A mainstream crossover hit with actual porn, and best of all, a sequel with 2 bums in it!
You're getting way ahead of yourself, Max.
Looks like Brad was paid for the film with an extra life. I'm sure that'll come in handy when he lands in Caucasia. Unlike in real life, he's well on the road to turning into Caligula.
You can do whatever you want on your own time. You can fuck a rat terrier, you can touch a child's penis on break, but whatever you do, do not fucking film me without my consent.
The sweet, sweet sting of snorting sherbet. Fuck yeah!
You must be Jack's associate.
Now, Mrs. Step and Fetchit, if that is your real name.
I'm going to pay you to make me 2 more films. And how I want those films to be exactly like that last one you gave me.
And I mean exactly. If you kill a different guy, I will know. My guess is all these identical snuff films will lead to a new term, beating the dead hobo.
You see, the brilliant thing about your movie is that it seems so spur of the moment, yet looks so fucking professional.
Professional? Really? You don't know what the fuck that word means, do you? So he arranges for a truckload of cash to be sent to Brad within 2 hours to pay for the next 2 films and reveals why he's got so desperate.
You know, this is one of the top 3 amateur companies in the business.
They've gone down a spot!
We're not even halfway through. They might make it all the way down to the 5th most popular by the end of the film. But he is right about one thing.
Your film, it's so realistic.
You see, reality and the video look equally shitty. It's uncanny. Anyway, Brad's first attempt at a MagFest crossover doesn't go quite to plan.
The hell are you?
I'm Bennett, the gay sage.
I'm Derek Diamond.
Obviously.
Derek brought the cash from Max, and how better to celebrate than with some secret behind-the-scenes footage of Brad presenting Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Shut them books and throw away. Say goodbye to those good days. Put the heart and change your ways. It's summertime.
That poor contestant puked up his liver. Anyway, Brad's remembered that he has a semi-girlfriend and decided that she should be the next victim.
Just so happens I'm downtown right now.
Okay, I'm downtown too.
I know.
You see, I'm stalking you. Max Force is gonna be pissed. That's not the exact same movie as before! The video's so grainy you can't tell she's not the hobo, but pulling her nails out? That's clearly not the same thing as rubbing someone's ass with your foot! And oh, fuck, the film's lapped itself. Oh shit, Brad Jones is Dr. Claw! Which explains the voice somewhat. I'll get you, lady I went on a date with one time. This time! Ha 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 ha.
Just get Manny to take care of it like he did last time.
Oh, and why have you interrupted footage of Manny cutting her body up to show me a baked potato wrapped in foil covered in chocolate sauce? Cheap. Sometimes I get the feeling you aren't taking this seriously.
Tracy, where the fuck are you? No, I need to know where you are right fucking now. No, I am not doing coke.
I'm doing Crystal. Pepsi!
So, within days, Brad's snuff film is the most viewed video in Max's site's history. Personally, I think that's a bit of wish fulfillment from Mr. Jones. I mean, I've been killing people on camera for years and it's never got me the views.
Jack Stone's film is #1.
I know. Your wife said it's bringing the company.
More money than we've ever gotten. Yes, I'm fully aware of this. Do you know what this means?
That we're gonna start ripping off Orgasmo now? So Max starts yelling about how he doesn't want any stinking lesbians in his porn.
We do not need lesbians, Derek.
That's fair enough, Mr. Force. We don't want you in ours either. And orders his usual director to just copy Brad's work.
I just want you to go down the Jack Stone Road.
Take a left at Jack Stone Avenue and drive down Jack Stone cul-de-sac until you find Jack Stone's fucking house and then live in it!
Everything we've tried so far has been an attempt at the erotic. This isn't porn, Derek. This is Faces of Death. That's what I want. That's what is selling.
You know, abandoning regular porn for snuff is a bit like KFC declaring jihad on chickens because some people really liked a new fucking side dish.
Now bring me that without the fucking lesbians.
I'll just be Jack Stone.
Good, that's what I want.
Maybe I'm just not cut out for the heady world of crazy man who runs a porn empire, but why can't Brad just keep being Jack Stone? I mean, he's already doing the job and he won't waste a budget on expensive berets.
Jack Stone? No, right. You give him a message for me. Tell him he's #1.
We're #1.
Fuck yeah, we're America's most wanted. Fame, fortune, infamy. Back with Max Force, he's got insomnia, so he sticks on his classic Going Mental at 3 a.m. mixtape.
Well, I think I'm going out of my head.
He is so gonna kick himself when he realizes that's baby formula snorting.
You motherfucking asshole!
Or she could just do it for him, it'd save time.
I don't even care if you drink, do drugs, or if you beat the shit out of me.
Just stop playing the music in the middle of the fucking night, you asshole!
I'm rich now, you fucking bitch! I can do whatever the fuck I want!
Cheap. The Martin Shkreli story.
10 years ago, I started out in the porn industry.
I was 3 years old. My voice was just as deep. Brad's explaining why he started on the snuff films. People said his porn was crap and generic, so he decided he'd show them all.
I won't give him faux snuff. I'll give him real snuff.
Yes, I'm ready to learn.
Okay, at this point I think Brad's just showing off his record collection. This is meant to be a handheld shot, so it's the one scene where the camera swaying constantly would make sense, but no! Manny's got arms made of fucking granite, so it looks like they used a tripod.
Brad, you're losing the magic, which looks like this. Ta-da!
But I'm ready to learn. Yes, I'm ready.
Come and fuck with us, Anita. Forever and ever and ever. Anyway, he decides to get his team together to get some more of that sweet torture porn money from Max Force. And to use Max Imam Force, if need be. Of course, they plan this the best possible way by talking in near whispers next to some dogs protesting the film.
Okay, fine. He wants to do business tonight. He'll do business tonight. Just means we get our fucking money sooner. Go inside. Tell Patty to get on her shit. Tell her to get down to Max's. Tell her to give us a call when it's all over with.
Even the fucking Beatles are ridiculously loud. How does that happen? Oh, Force fell asleep while doing coke. How does that happen? Oh, look, an ominous presence. Will this end well?
I know absolutely nothing about you.
You're my new fucking cash cow, and I don't know a fucking thing about you. So how about you make me trust you?
It's either trust you or thrust you, in this case, into the door.
Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm Max fucking Orbison.
And I get what I want!
I'm the #2 producer in this industry.
Ah, you spent some of your hard-earned Faces of Death rip-off dough and meant to blow up the guys who took your #2 spot. Now you're thinking with cocaine!
And in order to trust you, basically, I just need to fuck the living shit out of you.
So audience, who hopes that that's Brad in the mask? Gay!
The air lies heavy with the scent of rape. Ironically, it smells of Max Force being a cunt. You know you've seen enough films when you watch this, and your biggest reaction is that you wouldn't be surprised if either of these characters were played by Crispin Glover. You really think he misunderstood the meaning of the term tap that?
Would you masturbate a horse for me?
She's not that kind of bird, Force. Credit where credit's due, though. This is the most realistic, obviously fake anal rape I've ever seen in a review movie. I mean, Harry Russo films are lucky if his cock comes within 2 feet of someone's ass, including his own.
What the fuck? Did his cock break off?
Yeah, I think his cock broke off. Well, the rest of this scene's gonna be all about impotent screaming. Or she could just be turning into a pig. But if she can do that, then they'd be fools not to use it in a film. Of course, she survives the rape and attempted murder long enough to phone Brad and make their gang slightly more sympathetic than the ones in Last House on Dead End Street.
We'll come get you. Stay right there. Yeah.
What was that all about?
Don't ask me that question right now, Manny.
I remind you, I said slightly. And is it just me, or could Manny be replaced by a Christmas tree? And 99% of this film would be exactly the same. I mean, have you ever seen a Christmas tree cut up a body? Fucking demons.
You fucking child molesting fuck. I want him fucking dead. He's gonna fucking die.
Look at that glasses action. It's like he's trying to be a cross between the Nutty Professor, 50s version, and Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Here's the deal. They're going to make the biggest, baddest film possible. It's going to star Mr. Force and most of the still living cast. But before that, we get the shocking reveal that the gayest character Ryan Michelle ever played, as deliberately gay, is gay.
Oh my god!
He spends part of this scene coming onto this collection of stereotypes wrapped in a dressing gown.
Why don't you come over to my place this weekend? We can watch some film, have some drinks, just the two of us, you know? Could be part of the payment for you being in this film. That seems like I owe you.
Okay. Hey, remember me?
Oh, here's a plot twist. Brad is fucking Max Force's wife, and it's his kid. Given the amount of off-screen sex she's clearly been having, let's hope the fetus's ass is nowhere near the cervix.
Could you not? I just don't want smoke around the baby.
After what we just did?
I've got to do at least one thing right during these months.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't other musical genres exist in this world?
If there wasn't so much mindless babbling, I swear I'd replace the whole fucking soundtrack with the sounds of bears fucking. Actually, that sounds like fun. Turns out she's an ex-porn star and is having somewhat of a dark night of the soul about it. It's a good thing that pregnancy porn is fucking huge.
That's a pun.
So Jack breaks into Max's house to show him his latest and greatest film. Wife involvement and satisfaction guaranteed.
I think this is my masterpiece, and it should be pitched like a masterpiece.
With a massive light in your face. Yeah! Oh, fuck, that is good pitching. Unless Max is currently rooming with a fucking son.
This is my crew.
We couldn't afford a third mask. So the torment begins with Brad dancing a jig and moves on to the best screen punching this side of a Harry Russo movie. and culminates in him being forced to watch his wife get an abortion with what looks like a Klingon fucking dagger.
Not since Babylon 5 Crusade has something been so equal parts horrible and nerdy.
Jack Stone has no honor. I can't speak for everyone, but I love a darker than usual Look Who's Talking sequel. Hey, this doll was in at least 2 vomit gore movies. And oh yes, you have to film them throwing the knife away, that's clearly the important part.
There you have it. Written and directed by Jack Stone. Your new fucking masterpiece.
I call it Baby's Day Out. Let's hope that no one who knows her sees this. Same thing applies to the other stars, but she's actually recognizable.
That tape, the one you just saw, you're gonna fucking distribute.
It's hard to be threatening with that size of Lego poster behind you. Nice try.
That tape, the one you just saw, you're gonna fucking distribute.
Like I said, let's hope that none of her friends or colleagues see it. I mean, it's only the 2nd or 3rd most popular porn hub on the net. And she works there! You better hope that no one in your fucking company watches your product! Hey boss, that wife of yours, who you clearly really fucking hated and mysteriously vanished a couple of weeks ago, appears to be being murdered in one of our videos. What's up with that? That's a very good question. I'll just phone Jack Stone so we can explain it to you in person. I just asked a fucking question! I didn't even like his wife! I would have some degree of sympathy for Max Force, but let's face it, the guy's a Weezer poster, he's clearly an asshole.
And it's a fucking tape of your wife being savagely murdered.
Thank you, Brad. I didn't realize we'd all gone blind. So in a monologue that's so long and has its own cigarette break, Brad explains that if Max doesn't put the tape online, or if he goes to the cops, he'll just blame him for the films.
Why did you make me do it, Max?
So he was ordered to do it by his batshit crazy murderer boss, who really hated his wife.
We are gonna make such a profit.
Really? You didn't say, we are gonna make such a killing? I am fucking disappointed, Chief.
I need you to tell me 4 very, very easy words. I am the producer.
I am the producer.
You might think this is a natural place for the film to end, but Brad doesn't agree. He thinks that what the film needs is 3 minutes of Max Force wandering around like he just read the fucking script for the first time. Oh fuck, I'm trapped in a playground. That slide is substandard. It's not even a good playground! Looks like he's trying to work out where the fuck that picture came from. Anyway, nighttime. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And I realised that if you discount the fetus and the family has killed 3 people, making this meeting a bridge over trebled slaughter.
The fuck do you people want from me?
Your power, Max. That's all we want.
The power of maybe the 2nd most profitable amateur pornographer in the world! Yeah, Max spent so long living in the woods that Brad's team got bored and decided to betray him.
And I'm not gonna kill you, Max.
Well, Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you!
This is like Batman versus Superman. Whoever wins, an asshole gets punched. And the shots are dark as fuck.
Just as long as I get a starring role in the next picture.
But you're already starring in this one.
Does everyone have the same fucking taste of music in this film? Stupid question. Yes, they do. Max phones Dominic Diamond to warn him that he's in grave danger. Brad's merry men are on their way to kill the fuck out of him. And why is the fattest guy in the movie playing the world's top gay porn star? I'm pretty sure Chubb isn't quite that popular. You might have noticed that over the course of the film, Ryan Michelle's character Derek has lost his shades, his mustache, his hat, and about 3 stone because they lost the pillow down his shirt.
It was a very heavy pillow.
Meaning he's now pretty much indistinguishable from the guys playing him. I half expect the Coven to assume they've got the wrong house, make their apologies and leave.
You're Carl Cox, aren't you? Look. You have got nothing to do with this situation. So why don't you get the hell out of here?
Just gonna let him go?
At this point, the focus fuck-ups are their own art form. I hope the film's coming to an end, because I'm not sure it's possible for one man to own many more Mario Brothers shirts. Unless you're Movie Bob, but he's a literal Voltron of Mario Brothers shirts.
You're not gonna say shit to anybody, right?
Well, that's not phallic. It occurs to me that that gun might actually be taller than Brad.
Sorry, Derek.
This is problematic comedy.
Said get on your fucking knees!
Why is it that the camera in-universe gets better quality than the film itself? That seems like some sort of paradox. I mean, the quality's so good that he regrew his mustache. If this was a red cam, he'd probably get his hat and tie back. Not the shades, though. They'd probably need an IMAX for that. Anyway, revenge has gone full on meta as Brad's making Derek direct his own murder as punishment for being told to copy his style.
I want you to direct me killing you.
Better get it right. You only get one chance.
Fuck you, Jack! I'm not gonna direct my own fucking death scene. So why don't you just fucking shoot me already, you crazy piece of shit?
Okay, look, I'll tell you what. Alright, look. I will be the assistant director, so I'll give you some advice, okay? Run. That was perfect, Derek. Do whatever the fuck you want with the body, Manny.
And that he will, to the tune of stripping naked and finding the Chubba Chub buried deep in his skull. And since this film has more endings than Return of the King, we get this.
Seriously, what more do you want from me?
I want a second opinion. Is this chloroform? Oh, hi, Brad.
You were a success in this industry because of me. I made you a pioneer. A complete fucking original.
Yeah, if you don't count Terry Hawkins, the guy is literally based on. You can recognize him because he looks like Rainn Wilson crossed with the Ramones. Maybe Jack watched Last House and got pissed off that he's just a rip-off. This whole torture Max but not kill him thing is less tantalizing and fun and more like Brad taking care of the NPCs before the boss. And it's a bit boring when you're not the one playing.
You're right, Jack. I can't handle this.
That's why I'm having the world's calmest mental breakdown. Anyway, Brad's gonna eventually kill Max. I think he's taking so fucking long because he's just not leveled up enough yet.
Because we all know you need max force when stabbing max force.
So we end with the Shakespeare classic, Julius sees him and stabbed the fuck out of him. Capture can't be too far behind though, because that music is so fucking loud the cops will surely be over after complaint from the fucking neighbours. Assuming Brad hasn't already killed them for the prequel.
Cut.
And that's it. That's why we're pioneers. That's why we didn't sell out. We are originals.
We're so original that we're literally wearing our influences on our chest. Overall, this is a fine remake of Last House on Dead End Street, but unfortunately nowhere near as grim. It was drugged out, grimy poetry and bloody death, but this is just really long. Last House had half its violence in a fairly short burst of a finale. This one just goes on and on and on. It feels like they took the original and stretched it too thin. Replacing the voiceovers and random sounds with more traditional dialogue made it feel like Last House crossed with a Kevin Smith film. Most of the acting was fine, far better than a fuckload of films with the same budget. Brad, Max Force and Natalie Nichols were by far the best. The soundtrack was good, but some fucking variety would have been nice. I mean, no copyright was spared. They could have put anything there. I realise I'm sounding hypercritical about Cheap, but it is good. I did like it. In fact, I much prefer this era of Brad's films over his newer stuff. The especially lo-fi tech, the brutal violence, and the unremitting darkness were all missing from the Cinema Snob movie. Now, an admission. I reviewed this by accident. I thought this was the one where Brad played a gay psycho. But that was Freak Out. There's no joke there, I'm just an idiot.
I'm apparently Jodie Whittaker, and I have to live with it every day. And I'm off to the con floor. Bye!
So does anyone have any questions about Bad Movie Beatdown? You have fun!
Hello everybody, hello, my name is Teddy and I'm here to talk my brand new headphones. They let me hear in yellow. I was able to get these headphones because the mistress was given money by the nice man called Patreon. You see, Patreon pays a few monies to the mistress so he can see the reviews early and without the black boxes that hide all the silly naughty bits. He sometimes also picks reviews for the mistress to look at, which is always fun. What Teddy would really like is for you to be like Patreon. Give money to the mistress and then maybe Teddy can get red headphones. Red phones! Yeah, so you do that and I get red phones. Do it now. Yeah.
Sunshine, lolly.